Hey, good morning. How full is your glass? This is Len, Coffee with Len. Here we are, overlooking the beautiful Pacific Ocean again from my deck here in Baja Norte. You know, I was thinking this morning about some things. I'm partially thinking about some of the things we talked about yesterday, too. When somebody makes you an offer or gives you an opportunity, are they trying to sell you something? You know, there's two ways to look at that. It's either I'm being presented with an opportunity. I need to evaluate it to decide whether it's something I want to participate in, or I'm being sold. Now, there's two ways to look at it. When I was a kid growing up, my mother always complained about money. There's a very negative money attitude, by the way, terribly negative. But, every time a bill came in, she would say, easy come, easy go. Or if something happened, the car broke, easy come, easy go. She would say, I can never get ahead because there's always a bill to pay. The opposite of that is to thank God, thank the universe that you have the money to pay the bill. Not that you have a bill to pay, but that you have money to pay it. Robert Kiyosaki, good morning. I see people. Nyen, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Betty. Robert Kiyosaki would tell us that saving money is a really dumb idea. The money has no value if it's being saved. It only has value if it's in motion. It's not cash. It's cash flow. Now, there's a difference between saving money and investing money. That's different. If money's invested so that it is helping make more money for you, that's different than money being saved. There's no value in putting money in a savings account, for example. A savings account pay minusculely small interest rates on your money. If you have money in a savings account, it's going backwards. I mean, it's the value of your money is decreasing because inflation is running faster than the interest rate in the savings account. So saving money is a dumb idea. The American dream is to own a home. But listen to Robert Kiyosaki. If you own a home, is that putting money in your pocket or taking money out of your pocket? Is owning a home a wise investment? And Robert Kiyosaki would tell you no, it's not a good idea. Of course, on the other hand, we have to live somewhere. So what's the best way to do that? A lot of people think that buying something is really a good idea. I'll be happy when I buy it, when I get that boat or that car, that airplane. But the reality is there are many ways to have that car, that boat, that airplane without buying it. There are, one of the classic examples of ultimate stupidity is me and my RV. I own an RV. It's been in storage now for 5 years. Well, I didn't put it in storage intending to keep it there for 5 years, but that's where it's at. It would have been far cheaper for me to sell the RV 5 years ago, and then if I want an RV, go rent one. But that was a dumb idea. I mean, I just, I didn't think that one through very carefully. So where am I going with all this? There are two ways to look at everything. There are two ways. When you have a bill that you have to use money to pay, which typically that's how we pay bills, you can either be angry because you have a bill and therefore no extra money, or you can be happy because you have extra money to pay the bill. You can be happy. You can be thankful that you have that money to pay that bill, and realize that there's always going to be more money. Many people say I have more bills. I have more month than money. Well, that's a management problem. That's learning how to manage the money you do have. We are not taught in our society how to manage money. The old grow up, get a job, go to work for 40 years and retire and die is the model that many of us were taught as we grew up. And that's a really dumb idea. That's not a model for success. It's not a model for wealth. There's a very different model for wealth. Robert Kiyosaki points out that the society in general want to keep us under their thumb. And the way they do that is they keep us broke. The way they keep us broke is they teach us to grow up, get an education, and get a job, because that keeps us broke. Getting an education, getting a job keeps us broke. I shudder. I meet new friends. Excuse me. I meet new friends on Facebook just about every day. And the other day I met a friend who is finishing his final year of college, and he's studying English literature. Now, there's two things that I can tell you about him, that person. One is he's broke because it costs a lot of money to go to college. Two is he's going to stay broke because he's never going to make much money with English literature. In fact, he'll be awfully lucky to find a job in English literature. What's he going to do with English literature? Teach English literature to more broke people? It's not a road to prosperity. The road to prosperity is far different. In fact, I have a book called The Road to Prosperity. I don't know if it was the last book I wrote or not, but it was one of my books, The Road to Prosperity. It's actually a good book. There's a lot of interesting stuff in it. It's about 80 pages long. If you want a copy, ask me for it. I'll send it to you. But yes, I'm going to ask you for an email address. So that's another way you can look at it. You can look at being asked for an email address as someone trying to force you into a funnel, someone trying to just sell you something, or someone offering you something for free and the ability to get more information. Do you like getting the weekly ad from the supermarket telling you about the specials, or do you get mad at the supermarket for trying to sell you something? Different way to look at it. Hey, I don't know if we froze or not. I see some people there, but then I don't see it quit moving. I don't see any hearts or likes or anything. So maybe you don't. Maybe Facebook isn't showing me what's really going on, or maybe you don't like today's topic. I don't know. At any rate, the question remains: is the glass half full or half empty? I see some hearts. There's some likes. Thank you. So everything has two ways to look at it. Everything. That's the way the universe is. There's good and bad, up and down, short and tall, big and fat. There's empty and full. What is your glass? What is your glass? I hope you're going to have a wonderful day. As usual, I intend to be happy. I hope you do too. It's a choice. Remember, be compassionate. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.